65 is out at the cinema, and Ben, we've just watched it.
We have
What was the story about?
Spaceman, crash lands, chased by dinosaurs, the end. That's the non-spoiler version, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think
that was the pitch. I think what I just said there was the pitch.
Yeah.
In and out. How much do you want?
yeah, boom, flip chart, through like 3 pages. First one, Spaceman,
Yeah.
and the execs are like, okay. They lean forward in their seats.
Yeah.
They flip over the flip chart,
Yeah.
crash land on the second page, and then they're reaching for their wallets.
The checkbook is...
and they flip over the last page, dinosaurs, and they're just like throwing money at them.
Yeah, there's just... This is happening, boys.
So Adam Driver, he's a sci-fi bus driver, driving a load of people in cryo across the galaxy.
Yeah, he's like an Iceland delivery guy for human popsicles.
Exactly. But then, wouldn't you know it, the flipping autopilot just drives the thing into a load of asteroids, and it crashes on Earth. And this is all in the trailer, isn't it? Like, it's Earth, but 65 million years ago.
Which they made absolutely dead sure. We did not miss that. I even for a person with the ability to miss plot points as I have, they nailed it for me there.
Yeah, they did. Because literally, so you watch like 10 minutes of the film, and it's going along at a brisk pace. Like, I really thought there'd be way more sci-fi before they crash land, but it is literally like, you got a couple of minutes with him on his planet.
Yeah.
Boom, he's in the spaceship.
Yeah.
Maybe 30 seconds later, boom, it's crashing.
Yeah.
And then like, within 5 minutes, he's on the forest floor.
Yeah.
Of, prehistoric Earth.
Yeah, they got there in good time.
And then title card comes up, which I thought was weird, but potentially I would say the title of this film isn't 65, because 65 came up, but then a lot of stuff came up underneath it.
Yeah. It's like 65 brackets.
Million years
just in
ago.
case you didn't get it. This is because it wasn't really obvious.
Wasn't it? It was just 65 million years ago. We had a visitor on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, just in case.
We're just going to put a button on this.
But yeah, so he crash lands, and everyone on the bus is dead, apart from a little girl. So the job is to get to the escape pod and get home before you get eaten by dinosaurs.
Rewinding to the asteroids, just one thing that occurred to me, which could be nothing, but maybe me just being pedantic, but it just seems that a lot of tech, they seem quite advanced tech-wise. How did all of those asteroids escape tech? I mean, I was this is one of those things where you're like, don't think about it, just go with it.
So yeah, I mean, again, first literal 2 minutes of the film, isn't it? He wakes up, the autopilot's on, he's having a nap. The alarm goes off, he wakes up.
He is just having a nap as well, isn't he?
He is, he's just having a nap. They're all in cryo, he's having a nap. Autopilot's earning the bucks.
Yeah.
And the alarm goes off, not because there's an asteroid field imminent, because they're in the middle of it. The autopilot's like, oh shit.
Again, how short range are their sensors? It's just like, alert, there's an asteroid coming and it's hit you.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the autopilot was like, no, it's fine, I'm gonna get through this.
I got this.
Asteroid belt. And then got halfway through and was like, oh no.
Overconfident AI.
Yeah. Certainly in the first half hour, I thought, man, just take a breath at some point. And allow something to build. Like, there's a scene, again, very early on, where he's just got out of the spaceship and he's in like a kind of a marsh or something, and he's discovering the dead passengers in the marsh.
Yeah.
And there's some kind of underwater dinosaur.
It's that creature from Star Wars in the trash compactor.
Exactly. Yes.
That fella turns up. There was no point at which you're looking at him with some still water and there's some silence, and then there's there's a creature or something. He's walking, there's a creature. Cuts to a dead body. He's walking, there's a creature. The creature doesn't do anything. No, it doesn't, does it?
So you're just like, okay, it's just going to be one of those where it's like, we're just going to show you images of things all the time. Dinosaur, man.
Yeah. Agreed. There was always, they felt the need to fill the spaces.
I think it got better.
Yeah.
As it went along, and then it got much worse. Like the middle bit was my favourite bit, because it slowed a little.
Yeah.
And there was a bit of tension at points.
And minor exploration of relationship between these two.
Yeah. The girl doesn't speak English, so there's a barrier there in terms of communication. So starts off a bit frosty. As with these things, they probably get to like each other by the end. However, going back to the flip chart, Spaceman, Crash Land, Dinosaurs.
Yeah. Jobs are good and
didn't disappoint.
Yeah, that's what you got. Yeah.
Like, if you're looking for Spaceman, Crash Land, Dinosaurs, you're not going to be shortchanged.
I mean, I got to say, it's on paper, I can see why they got the checkbooks out for that.
Yeah.
Just write a number.
So overall, good times, bad times.
I'd say, I enjoyed it. Yeah, definitely enjoyed it because if I had my expectations super high, there could have been more of an issue. But I think it was pretty clear that's what we were getting. With a high concept thing, it could have been incredible, but maybe too much. With what they were trying to do there. I think they did a good job. I think in general they did it. There wasn't anything that was glaring like, well, this is awful. This is really pulling me out of it, and I don't like it. I like Adam Driver. I thought the young girl did a good job. I thought the relationship was fine. There was a bit of growth there and things went on, and arguably within the story and the time they had there, that's probably as much as you were going to get out of it. Whether they needed to be a longer movie for anything to come of it. So a good time. Yourself?
Good times. Yeah, I think good times. I think good times versus bad times. Definitely good times. It did a bit of that thing, which I'm a bit of a scaredy cat generally, and it did the thing.
I won't hear it, Mike.
There were a few times it made me jump, but it did it not with anything clever. It was just quiet, loud.
Jump scare.
Yeah. There were maybe 3 or 4 jump scares in it.
We both jumped.
But they were cheap. They were cheap. And it was fine.
I guess the first one caught you off guard because you weren't expecting it.
First one made me jump out of my skin.
I was this close to grabbing your hand.
And then after that, you're like, okay, it's this kind of film. And then
you were ready for it.
I was ready for it. And even then, like, there were a couple of them really telegraphed, like when they're in a dark, quiet place. And speaking of, written, directed by the writer of Quiet Place.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I enjoyed Quiet Place. Yeah, if I could have my cake and eat it. Something like that, this discovery element to what's going on. Because once you establish it's dinosaurs, I guess you have the inherent problem that we know a lot about dinosaurs. I do, because I've got the Ladybird book of dinosaurs.
Ooh.
And which also brings me to the point of, do you think they took some license with their dinos?
Yeah, I think so.
I've got some knowledge there.
So there were some little mini raptors, a bit like or maybe that's the size raptors are. I remember hearing a thing that they were more kind of smaller than the Jurassic
Prepared
Park
to go out on a limb and sound stupid here, but I understand them to be smaller than the old JP franchise would have you believe.
So maybe that's more.
And there are other species of like that type, that little, smaller. So
little nippy ones,
these we can
like
get away
in
with.
Lost World, like they had those ones, didn't they? That little nippy ones,
little nippy
nippysaurus,
little fellas.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there was some weird, like in this. It was like a kind of a Voldemort lizardy thing going
That's a
on.
good call.
So there was a pack of Voldemort lizards, like
they were very
Komodo dragon-y kind of vibe,
but with more articulation, like more like a creepy crawly dude.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't the dinos that we know and love.
No.
There was something that looked a bit T-Rexy. There was something that looked a bit raptor-y, but generally
there was something that looked a bit ankylosaurus-y.
Now you lost me.
Thing that was stuck.
The
young fella stuck in the mud. He didn't fare well, did he?
The one that was stuck in the mud. So the little girl helped him out the mud, and then he got eaten by raptors.
His redemption arc was short and swift. Yeah.
So let's go spoilers now. Maybe the reason why these dinosaurs aren't familiar to us is because these were the dinosaurs that were right underneath where the meteor hit, because the other villain in this is that not only have they crash landed on Earth 65 million years ago, they've also crash landed on Earth 65 million years ago, like literally on the day of the meteor that wipes out the dinosaurs hitting Earth. So maybe localized Voldemort dinosaurs only existed in that part, but they all got smushed by a giant meteor, so there's no record of them.
If they were crushed and incinerated, and they were local to that area.
And it's why we've never found the remains of the crashed spaceship, because it was right under the meteor.
True. Yeah, exactly. Do you think my hot take is, do you think maybe they couldn't those Dinosaurs was slightly wonkified because Steven Spielberg has a trademark on dinosaurs now.
Oh, do you think he's?
I think he might own,
Jurassic Park has the rights.
I think he might own T-Rex. I think he might be getting
dinosaurs.
a little cut of every time you have to include them. Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah. I mean, something to think about.
That would be smart. Like, if you could trademark dinosaurs.
Yeah. You can't tell me this guy doesn't understand merchandising, and you know.
I'm amazed at the end they didn't just do the same thing they did at the start, where they just put up text, like because at the start they put up text that basically said, "Look, he's crash landed on Earth and there's dinosaurs."
Yeah.
You know, at the end when they shoot off into space because they do get away, they're like, there should be some text at the end going, "Look, he got back to his ship and went home, and he raised the kid with his wife." And they were all fine.
They were fine, yeah. It was all good, yeah.
Done.
And then
stop asking questions.
And then humans came along.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. But they kind of did, didn't they? Because after post-credit scene or during credit scene, they kind of just had a little like a montage of
the crater.
Time sort of passing until Human City. So it was humans. It's like, you said that. We already did that. You did that when you did the
Which is why I think I said this to you at the time in the cinema. Like, I think this was put in after testing. I think the reveal, and maybe this is why.
I think they think we're stupid.
Yes, 100% they think we're stupid. But maybe this is why the dinosaurs didn't look that dinosaur-y. Yeah. It's because it was supposed to be slightly ambiguous as to where they landed. Mm-hmm. And like the original version of this, the fact that Earth was supposed to be a Planet of the Apes style twist at the end, at the credits. And that's why the dinosaurs are a bit slightly off and stuff. And so they crash land and on just a planet with nasty lizards. And then they have their adventure, they escape. And then time goes by, you see a woolly mammoth, you see the fields, you see the cities build, and then and at the end, as you leave the cinema,
it was Earth all along.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And someone in a testing group was like, I don't get it. Why have the dinosaurs built buildings at the end?
I think the sad fact is probably several people, if not the majority of the testing group,
didn't get it, and that's why they put at the start, look, thickos, this is Spaceman Crash Land Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, but good times had by all.
Enjoyable.
I think
would wreck for a good, fun time.
Exactly.
Light-hearted.
It ain't gonna make you think, but it ain't gonna make you
stink.
That's what they say.
That's the saying.
I'll cut that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's Spaceman Crash Land Dinosaurs, and it does it very serviceably.
Yeah, in and out, bish bosh bash,
boom, fab. Well, thanks so much if you've made it to the end of the video. Well done. You get a gold star. If you'd like to like and subscribe, and click that notification bell, because then you get told when videos come. That'd be lovely. We might do this again at some point.
Pleasure. Anytime.
For another film. I don't know how do you sign these things off?
Go home. Go to bed. Go to sleep. You're done.
Go to sleep.
Stop watching YouTube. You need to get up in the morning.